let's do it. So Scott Schuurmans is my name. We're from Tyndall, South Dakota. And Scott Schuurmans Farms is the name of the operation. And I farm with my son-in-law. And I have 4 daughters and 9 grandchildren. And so I've been very blessed that way. We raise around 1,800 acres of corn and about 1,800 acres of beans. And we'll raise anywhere from 200 to 300 acres of wheat, winter wheat. My dad started this farm as a family farm. He started it, he got out of the service, I believe it was like 52 or 53, and rented this place. And it's pretty much nothing here at the time when he rented it, and then he evolved into this, so it's came a long way since then. He actually, he's 93 years old and still around here, helps out once in a while. So I have 3 trucks that are over the road to haul distillers feed and then livestock also. And then we have a couple farm trucks to haul out of the field. And then we feed cattle also, fatten out cattle, probably 1,800 head a year fatten out. Yeah, our cattle, we primarily buy anywhere from 6 to 9 weight cattle. I'll buy as feeder cattle, and then I finish them out to there to like 1,400 to 1,600 pounds, depending on what type of cattle I'm feeding. And so it's a good way to move some corn through the cattle to add to enhance the farm. So this is the grain facility back here, so we don't have a leg or anything, but we can hold, like I said, 200,000 bushels worth of corn here. And then we put our silage and stuff over there. And back here, the grain facility, and then we have a dryer. We don't use it a lot anymore because varieties of corn and everything has been a lot drier. And then we feed a lot of our corn to the cattle so we can have it a little wetter and get away with that, so it saves a lot of expense. So our high moisture corn is ideally we like to do that around 28% moisture, and then our dry corn to get it dry is 15% moisture. So you can usually put the dry corn in the bins, from 18 and below, with air on it, it'd be fine. But if you get over 21, 22, then you want to do like high moisture, then you have to crack it and pack it. Primarily LG seeds. My son-in-law's a dealer for that, and then we do some Syngenta and a little bit of Pioneer. Corn harvest has been very good this year. We had a really late spring. Thought it was a very wet spring. We thought it was going to be a long, wet, late harvest, but we had really dry weather, and in August, or in September, I should say, and dried it down, so it's yields are above average, and the corn is dry, so it's been a fun harvest, actually, very enjoyable. We have a scale where we weigh all our stuff coming in and out. Comes in handy for that if we can buy and sell off of that, and keeps track of our for crop insurance wise or whatever it weighs to. Well, yesterday we harvested about 30,000 bushel a day. So figure 1,000 bushel load, so that's 30 loads a day. We had the MacDon draper head for several years, for a long time, and the dealer that had serviced us with that head did a very good job. And I read where MacDon started into the corn head business, and I did a little research on it and really liked the company. So then I got one down to demo one fall, and after I demoed it, I ended up buying that demo. That's the head we have here that I bought. I really like the folding head. It saves a lot of time from moving from field to field, a lot more efficient. Yeah, I like the folding unit because we move from field to field. It saves an extra guy from pulling a header trailer around and and having to get off and hook the head and stuff. So we get to the end and just got to fold up and away we go. And then get to the next field and then unfold, and so it saves a lot of hassle trying to figure out where to hook the head up and unhook the head at, and go from there. So yeah, really a huge advantage, I think, in our operation. It integrates through the combine, so I don't have to add an extra function like for the folding head or stuff like that. It all integrates good. I had a 12-row head before. It was a non-folding head. So, I mean, there's a few fields you can move from, but for the most part, you got to take it off every time to move anywhere. So, like for instance, in this field here is a small field, so we got to work in here for an hour, then we get to take it off and then put it in a trailer and move over to another field, and then wastes a lot of time, and the efficiency goes down then too. So 160 to 180 is the yields on the corn right now, so it's variable a little bit, but pretty decent. I really like the rollers where it pulls the stalk through. These do a phenomenal job of sizing up the crop before it gets to the knives, even if you didn't run the knives underneath of it for the chopping part. I like their design on that. It really cuts it up good. We like chopping our stalks for residue management, and we do a lot of we're starting to do more minimum till to no till type operation. So it gives us the capability of not having to work the field up, or if we want to come in no-till up. And when you come back into the spring and into it, it's really nice. Everything's sized up really nice, and you can, it's a nice blanket across the field, and you can plant right into that. Works all fantastic. And then the other thing that was a big push for me on the MacDon over other chopping heads is they require less horsepower to run the chopping unit, and the chopping unit is very easy if you don't want to chop a field for some reason, you want to bale it, or it takes you literally 10 minutes to go and switch every row over to not chop. And the reliability's been good on it, both the corn head and the draper head. For instance, your chains, chances if you have to change a chain or something pops the chain off, they have a nice tool, very quick to change that, which over my other head that I had, which is very nice. It saves a huge amount of time. I would say I definitely would demo it, because I think after you ran it, you would appreciate how good it is. Until you actually get it, anything until you actually run it, sometimes it's hard to visualize what it's going to be like, and don't have the mindset and be open-minded. Don't be if your combine's an international case or John Deere that you have to have that type of head to go with it. It functions very well with it, and they adapt well with it that way. And I think they got some other nice features on it that the other ones don't have on it, and so yeah, I think I would definitely give it a try.